Hello everybody and welcome to a new video where today I'm going to be looking at a Vikavolt set. This was recommended in the comments of the last video that I made, and yeah, I was just asked to do a Vikavolt set, and I made 3 sets that I think would work pretty well. If you do like this, then drop a little smash on the like button, and hit subscribe if you want to see more Pokemon sets. Now, I'm going to start off with the first one I made, which is an Assault Vest one. So this is a little bit more of a bulkier, offensive Vikavolt. It's got an Assault Vest which raised the Spadef by 1.5%. Obviously it needs Levitate. I chose Volt Switch, so it's got reliable switch, so it can switch out. Yeah, so, and then Thunderbolt's actual reliable damage without having to switch out like you do on Volt Switch. Bug Buzz is a pretty good base stack bug move, but it also has a chance to lower their Spadef, same as Flash Cannon does, which is obviously good considering we're a special attack in Mon. Now this is a bit more of a bulky sweeper, as it's, and I've seen it's got 252 in HP, 252 in special attack, it's quite good, and 4 in special defense. So it's relatively bulky, not the bulkiest it could be because a lot is put into special attack, but it's quite scary as soon as it comes out. It can live a couple hits and it can get off mass damage because of that massive, I guess that level 100 is 427 stats in the end. It's got a quiet nature, so plus special attack minus speed. You could change that to attack, which I think I'd prefer because this is going to be the one that I'd use in a Trick Room set. Moving to the second set I looked at, it was a Choice Specs set, so this means it's locked into a move, but it's got a 1.5 times boost to the special attack of it, which means it can be even more dangerous than the other one. Just imagine that, 1.5 times boost to the current stat or the current move currently in. Excuse me. Then it's Thunderbolt again, just for that reliable kind of damage off. Same with Bug Buzz and Flash Cannon. It's basically the same set, but the difference is you're choiced in. So if you're going to use Volt Switch, it's just to get a little bit more damage off than you normally would, and switching out, because obviously you can switch out then. But other than that, it's Volt Switch isn't that handy. There are some other moves you could use, but it's kind of there just in case. We're looking at his spread. He's got 252 in HP. He's got 252 in special attack and 4 in special defense. So again, this is a bit more of a defensive attacker. You know, it takes a lot of hits and dishes them out, but this one dishes them out even harder than the other one. The idea is the other one takes a few more hits than this one, whereas this Vikavolt is used to kind of push and do mass damage. Whereas they're Modest, which is the one you could use in the other one. You could have also used minus speed as well, but again, it depends what kind of set you're running, whether you're running it with Trick Room or not, because I feel this would be a very good Trick Room one. And then move on to Lefty, which is the leftover one. I'll give it leftovers just for reliable recovery, Roost, because it's going to be able to get back. It's again another form of reliable recovery. Volt Switch to switch out, obviously, Bug Buzz and Flash Cannon. So these kind of 3, Volt Switch can be switched out for Thunderbolt, but the core 3 there, so say we do slash Thunderbolt. So those kind of 3 there, you can kind of use one of those 3, and then the other one can be whatever move depending on what set you're running. So this one's going to be a bit of a bulkier set that wants to keep its damage to a minimum. This is a random one I just decided to make. Got 252 in HP, and then I've split the defense and special defense to make sure it can take all hits, and then 8 in special attack with a calm nature, because obviously it doesn't need attack at all. Well, actually, no, Volt Switch is special. So the idea of, I think the best way to utilise Vikavolt is to make him a sweeper, is to make him someone that can come in, take a hit, and then just clear shot, wreck shop. You know, he'd be a very good win condition, but it depends what kind of team you kind of build around it, because I think this would be a good staple to build a team around, because you know, you can have so many different varieties of this. You know, I haven't even put into consideration the idea that you could use a trick room Vikavolt. You know, you could look at this here, you could put 0 in there, take away the minus from that, put minus in that, so that it's minus speed, so that it'd be like one of the slowest things on the field. You bring in something like if you're doing VGC, Oranguru, I'm pretty sure would be pretty decent, especially if you got rid of Volt Switch for something like Discharge. That could make sure it gets off spread damage without hitting your ally Pokemon. I think it'd be very good utilising it like that. So yeah, that's all from me. If you've got a suggestion for another set, drop it down below. I'll be sure to get to as many as possible. Not that many people probably would put any in, but if you've got anything, any kind of set you'd like me to put in and to have an opinion on, then please do drop it in the comment section. Any particular video you'd like me to make, then also do that as well. But I've been Luke T, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.